because EREA are absolutely farming in this battleground right now. S2G, heavy hit coming over to Hustler Crew. You got the off-angle setup, looking to take pot shots down and save his mates. Kamikaze trapped behind the vehicle. They want to close the gap onto it. S2G going in aggro, Vitality in the distance as well. Kamikaze with a single knock, Loco, drop back down, trapped behind the ridge.
AZM, you can hear his Java pack just went out just then. Now needs to get a move on. S2G, they post up. AZM taking a huge amount of damage. The blue might just do the trick here. We'll take him out. S2G with 9 limit on the game.
Crazy the sheer distance we're looking at as well. 9 elims being second place, 15 points for first right now, and the split on the actual minimap is insane with what we've been set up with. The only team that's looked comfortable realistically has been E-Arena from the position they've been in.
Oh, given a single inch right now, and they have cleared out the entirety of the northwest side. Now they can pretty much shunt most teams down towards that southern edge. Schwepp's opening up onto GS once again, and they are just swarming on them. Another goes down to Malik, and E-Arena looking for more and more points. 17 elims. Can they go further? Can they hit the 20 bomb?
Well, finally, it seems like someone's willing to test them. E-Arena taking casualties, but they're looking to reply back. They will keep themselves alive with Tourniquet, it seems, over at the stadium. Mixed Vitality pushing on to S2G. A back and forth fight, a quiet game otherwise for Vitality. They were playing their cards close to their chest, but they've got to fight for control right now.
Looking for the royal flush over towards S2G. All 4 players down potentially. Axel. One nade in hand, it's going to be important. One quick spray up towards Hamzy G. Quickly drops back down to his belly. Some more damage. I mean, he's hitting every shot. Just continue with it.
The numbers dwindling for S2G. Peak round the back of the rock, and Axel hits it swiftly. Goodbye, good night. They're down as Vitality starting to get some energy going their way. Meanwhile, Ida taking it straight to the face of the reigning champs. Yangon inside the back of the warehouse. Emre incredibly low, and Vitality smelling the blood in the water. They can wrap off, play this safe, get into a better position. But can Yangon hold on?
Emre flexing those big muscles here inside the warehouse. Nade start to go through. Romeo in a difficult spot now. Will swing out the side. Desperation play indeed, but doesn't find the swift shot through the smoke here. Rita moves up. Smile goes down. Ida putting a frown on the faces of Yangon Galacticos. Last play incredibly low. Romeo is out.
They fall down and out in Rondo. And one by one, we whittle through our squads. The only fight we've seen taken to E-Arena left them in a position with 2 players knocked. They reset from it and continue to live on. You asked the question, can they push to 20 elims? They only need 2 more, Black. But can Vitality suck up some of the points as they do advance onto the weakened Ida? Emre with the detonation on the vehicle. Vitality, you're going to have to recover from this swiftly. What's the decision making?
That's a rough one. Rita playing inside building. Good burnout from him. Tries to get back inside, but good shots from Axel. Has been on an absolute tear this game so far. Good damage all around. Feels like a lot of the eliminations have been stolen away from him. That is an insane pre-spray from Razy. Gets a lot of damage done towards Emre, and he was not expecting it. Almost jumped into the headshot. The flicks are crazy from Federales.
They're playing on a different pace of the game right now, and it does work out for Vitality to bring the thunder back down to Ida. Man with the quickest fingers in France.
Could not believe what I just saw. And I don't think either could Ida, honestly. They witnessed that, and it was terrible. Lufa will move up from Dopeness. Takes down the first player so far from the arena. They are down to 3. Vitality still sitting pretty with 4. And teams have to push out into them.
2 fights happening back-to-back. Stereo setups from our teams with Hora taking the hit straight to Vitality. Jiggle the only one, keeping his eyes peeled over onto the E-Arena encounter versus Dopeness. They eat the opening nade. Schwepp setting up for another one, but on the peak takes a few shots, low on HP. No fear with the steal versus Vitality. Can Dopeness actually defend themselves now?
Great Molotov forces him through the doorway, opening up the line taking shots, getting the high ground is insane. The cover flares come down underneath. Moment left behind. He's crazy. Jiggle moves down. Might have seen him though. Might have spotted him. Cover flares on the roof. You are wild for it. Jiggle, I don't think he's had any idea.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
No way.
Now he knows, Blank. Joker with a headshot unloads from the top of the roof. It's good damage onto it.
They have full control over this one. The emergency cover flares drop down, now give them incredible peaking advantage up against Vitality. A little tank here and there, but goodness me, the Blues going to push them out to the open. This is more eliminations for E-Arena. They have the perfect setup.
You have entered E-Arena's arena at this point. The Gladiators here in France as they are ruling from the top side, control of the ground floor as well with Mormon in position. And Vitality know that they are forced to advance eventually. You're exposed either way. And Joker's looking for the peak back towards the warehouses. How far can they take it with the Elims? They look for more decent damage. There's another knock from Schweppes.
Instantly trying to flush out on that one. 24 in the bag. Blow up the vehicle. Don't let them go any further on the back of this one. Aura can do nothing but stand by and watch. M79 brought out to hopefully bring a train, but the rescue I don't think is coming for Razak next. Joker. Finds the peak off the back of it. Mormon holding the angle. But they're patient. They're real patient about it. But a nasty headshot for Federales saves the day here. Joker has to not be, saves his life in that moment. The sight line just not quite there. Oh, Mormon.
That's the issue, Blank. The duo so heavily focused at the cover flare setup on the roof side. If they leave themselves exposed, can Mormon steal this away from the ground, draw the crosshair off, and guarantee himself something to play with?
Stage 9 now. It gets spicy. Center dots towards this loot crate. E-Arena may need to drop down at some point, but they'll see what they can get done in the meantime. Vitality playing it slow, but will have to move. Even more emergency cover flares dropped.
Building themselves barrier after barrier. Oh, shot down again. Joker gets the peek out. Federales cowering close towards the limited cover he's got, but no fear. Sees an opportunity and swings round. Federales with a hold. Some clean connections in the past couple minutes here.
E-Arena, they see this. They know the knocks are going through. They're looking to send nade. They feel like they're in range. It's on target. A bit of chip damage. Razy has to back out. One more nade over the top. It looks on target. It's unreal from up on high. They are dropping bombs down towards Aura. This is insane work. Sky goes down. More eliminations available here. Might take them to 29, Jackie.
One away from the big 30. And there's only a single member of the squad left to try and fight against them. The dream of E-Arena on Rondo, as they've been living their movie. Elim after Elim. And Sleepy is all that remains between them and an unbelievable game one.
Schweppes looking down upon their arena, their stadium. What a ridiculous result here for E-Arena. It has been sublime from start to finish. The circle begins to close. We're getting right into those final moments. Just one more minute before it all finishes.
Coming down to the bitter end, Sleepy looking up towards the sky, but will he be on point when they're forced to drop? It's all a matter of timing. Two crosshairs going to be swiftly on his angle. Can he withstand the duo drop? That's one with a shotty. All onto the last man as Schweppes tries to withstand the peak. Sleepy on the double up. Quick shots, can't quite connect.
He's going down.
The zone's nibbling away at him, Blank.
There's
and
no
that's
way.
how they finish it.
Thailand makes a stand here at EWC. An incredible 39-pointer. They've got half the points that some teams earned yesterday at the end of it all in one match.
locked in. There was nothing that needed to be said.
Where's the comms? Where's the comms? There's no comms. They are locked.
They knew what needed to be done. Trusted their individuals on that one. No need to waste brain power talking. Let's just get it done, and that's what they did.
Man, I mean, the Rabbits, they bounce up the leaderboards and they'll stay there for a while. We'll be back shortly after this.
As we head into a jam-packed weekend here in week 5 of EWC 26, it's time for another club championship update. And this one is a banger, so let's dive straight into it. First of all, at the STC Arena, they are out of groups, now into quarterfinals. We'll be following along with how that journey goes. But this is where the big storylines start to kick in, okay? Because we have 2 games headed into their grand finals today. Over at Tekken 8, we have our top 8 players solidified. One of them is from AGAL. This will matter in a little bit. We're going to get back to it. Falcons is also going to be playing in that top 8. In honor of Kings, we are down to our top 2 teams, and they are the same 2 teams that battled it out last year. We're talking AGAL again and KSG. You can start to see why AGAL is a big player heading into today. Currently, they are only 250 points behind Falcons on the CC leaderboard. If they are able to solidify a win, they can get those 250 points that they need from the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet stage alone, because they've already guaranteed 750 for that second place. The win ties them with Falcons. If they get another good placement over at the Allianz Vault, this could be the weekend that AGAL take the lead away from Falcons. As those updates come through, I'm going to be making sure we're reporting live to give you guys all of the most up-to-date information to see where they are on that leaderboard. And of course, to close everything out for us, we're heading into Group B today for PUBG Mobile. Whole new group of squads getting into our competition, and we're going to see how they managed to do today as well. So check back in just a little bit later.
Thank you, Glitter, for that CC update. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting EWC records broken here at PMWC at EWC 26 as E-Arena puts up a cool 39 points, Max.
Absolute madness, record-breaking, Rondo. And just like E-Arena, we are on the rooftops right now. We're in one stadium here. It's a little bit windy. But you know what? What a play, sending 2 players up there in particular. Joker getting so much done at the end with Schweppes. Lovely stuff indeed. And in particular, it's not just the rooftop in particular that was interesting here, Niptura. It's also the fact that down below, they got so many eliminations. There was Tiamba, there was Wolves, there was Nongshim Red Force. You threw everything at that team, and yet they had a plan, Niptura.
And that's what you want to see for a team of this caliber. They have a plan for every situation, just running through the basement, getting rid of all those players that were hiding out, going up onto the top and going, okay, now we have control of stadium. What's going on around it? I mean, look at all this. An excellent showcase of how to actually use nades here, Max.
It's like they became the grenade. They are a seeking missile themselves. Tony K was going crazy. You know what? People say, oh, we got Tony K from Wish. No, he is the main character right now. He's crazy.
And towards the end, Max, I mean, we get a stadium finish here in something that you kept calling out over and over when we were watching it, especially when they were on the roof. It's like somebody came up to E-Arena and asked, how many cover flares would you like? And they said, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I was counting, like, okay, 1 cover flare makes sense. Then I saw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we had a 7th cover flare at the end, which literally the roof, we know, I mean, Nitra, we've been up there sniping many times in Ultimate Royale. That position is terrible if you don't have any cover, because it's a little bit of a slope downhill. If any team has a position where they can see the rooftop, it becomes truly unplayable. But see, all the cover flares here was great. But at the end, the leap of faith, literally, Niptura, 2 players jumping on down, and it almost was taken away by Sleepy, but eventually the shotgun worked out in their favor.
It did. I was very. It's one of those things where you're kind of on tender hooks. You know, that final push down. It's like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. You've done so well. Is it all going to fall? No. We don't have parachutes, Max. It's not going to work. It's not the same.
Give us the zip line. That's what we need right now. We need the zip line so we can get back to the home studio as well. But for some of the other squads, I mean, if we start off, we saw Tiamba being able to start off hot as well. Neptura, they were able to get a good amount of eliminations because of that hot drop that they were doing.
Yeah, I'm very excited about what we're seeing from Tiamba so far. I mean, they were looking very, very clean, very put together. The big dogs here that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, one of them, I mean, you just mentioned it. Vitality, the way that they were able to play that towards the end as well. Max, not only the peaks, but also the way that Federalis was able to put up the smoke and go up to the fence and give themselves a little bit of an extra chance against the arena, but it was going to be too much.
I mean, Federalis only got 2 eliminations this game, but the way he got those eliminations was just truly stellar. I mean, I'm just going to try and replicate how he was doing it. He was going like... Okay, oh no, you can't see me anymore. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe later on if you're lucky. But E-Arena here, 29 eliminations, 39-point game, record-breaking rondo from these guys. And we checked it earlier, right, Niptura?
Yes.
How many points were secured by the fifth place cutoff team in Group A? It was 88 points. They're basically halfway there in 1 game of rondo.
I mean, that's how you want to do it, really, when you only have 2 days. I mean, we saw it from 4 Thrives in PMGO Season 1, right? You do this, you have this kind of day, you have this kind of game, and you are kind of set for the rest of the day. They have to just be consistent, not a lot of points, not a massive win. They're good to go now. They can relax and they can chill now.
Yeah, I mean, really having a good time in this game. You know what? Looking at all of these teams, it felt like there was not 16 teams, there was just 1 team. It was the E-Arena show from start to finish.
Well, when you get to stadium early, when you're able to defend, the way that they were able to actually defend against Wolves as well, Wolves didn't even want to push out. Wolves just kept using up a lot of nades, but E-Arena, cool, calm, collected, doing their thing. One team that we actually got a chance to see do their thing, even though I wanted to see a win out of them, it was none other than Alpha 7. Alpha 7 ended up with 7 eliminations, and we're talking about expectations for this squad. This is not a bad match for them.
Yeah, it was good in terms of overall eliminations. A lot of those came from the hot drop, which is what you would usually expect right in Rondo. The hot drop gets a bit messy. Obscure actually putting up some good numbers this match. But I feel like the rotation into the zone itself was a little bit uneducated, not a lot of scouting done, and because of that they clash into, I believe it was ETSH at that point, and then a big fumble happens really at that moment, and it does not work out in their favor. So Alpha 7, the fragging is there, but the rotation could have been maybe a little bit better in that mid stage.
We just want to see that fragging for Alpha 7. They'll be able to tie down other stuff with them. Anything that surprised you out of this first game besides E-Arena?
Oh, you know what? I'm looking here. I'm liking what we saw from a couple of teams. I maybe just re-highlight Federalis, honestly, from Vitality. I think he did a great job. It was subtle, but he really worked for his team. So for me, yes, Federalis want to see him in the next game.
I'm going to go for Horror. Really so happy to see them do well. But of course, it was the E-Arena show, as we know, in Stadium. But E-Arena were just dominating everyone. But Horror, good to see, just like in PMGO Season 1, right? Dominating their respective group. We're #1 in PMGO Season 1 in Jakarta. So far, also a decent start in this tournament. It's just not an E-Arena start, which no one's close.
One team that we haven't really gotten a chance to give props to, especially after that match, is Godlike. Godlike was able to put up a good amount of eliminations in that game. I think they ended up with 7. We saw them take the fight with TT Project as well. We got a chance to talk with S-Power. They're very confident. They're looking to make sure they end up going to the finals like OG was able to do yesterday. And before we actually send it over to Barney, Max, show us again, what were those peaks like? There you go, Barney Lace, take it over while we'll try to see if we can find a zip line to get up from here.
Barney and Lace are on the side of the stage with Alpha 7 Esports! Let's go! Okay, I'm joined by Camilla. I'm joined by Patala, of course, from Alpha 7. First, Camilla, I'd like to ask you, how many of you have come out here to support the team here at PMWC?
We're 30 here, but there are many more coming. We came all the way from Brazil just for this championship, but there are many of us still coming.
Wow, we've got more to come, Lace. Oh my goodness.
And Patala, obviously E-Arena just had a 39-point game. Do you think Alpha 7 can catch them?
Of course, we're gonna destroy them all.
We're gonna destroy them all, Alpha 7!
Yo, destroy them all. We're 1 game in. I can't believe it. Camilla, obviously, this year hasn't been the strongest year for Alpha 7 so far, but obviously that can all change. If you could give a message to the boys competing here on the main stage right now, what would you like to say to them?
I'd like to tell the boys that we really believe them, and we are sure we are taking this trophy to Brazil.
I like that. They're taking it to Brazil. Alpha 7, do you think you can do it? I think they think they can do it. Costas, over to you.
Hands down, probably one of the best supporting staff and fans is Alpha 7. They are fantastic, always here, providing support to the boys on the stage. And again, they're always coming out smiling, no matter what. And you know that's because whenever they go backstage, they're always surrounded by love. So I think for Alpha 7, it is important, it's good. Again, it's just one game. It's just one game so far. And realistically, that was just the E-Arena show.
Yeah, that's the crazy bit about it, though, right? Is it makes it feel so different in your mind because we do have to reset and accept that was only one game.
Yeah.
It might have been, 3 games worth of points. But that's all it was. That was just Rondo, like.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit more of a known territory. Maybe this is where things do return slightly to normality, but hey, we'll see if that energy carries on for E-Arena.
We will. We'll have to see. I mean, for E-Arena, I wouldn't really care if they even went down to 16th here, personally. I think it'll be fine.
You can rest for the day, boys.
You can have a rest. You've done 3 games in one. But we are heading down towards the south side. This is a hilarious score line that you can see on the left-hand side of your screen there. 29 elims. Next best is 8 because they stole all of them. But Aura, I think a lot of people expected Aura to do well. They got far into that game, sadly weren't able to deal with the 2 angels spreading their wings and flying down to him, sending him straight back to hell, which was crazy. But nasty playing path to start things off here for our first Erangel of the day. Every one of our top players is the arena as well, also unsurprising. But yeah, it's not Tony K, it's not Tony K from Wish, it is just Tony K now. This guy has been putting in work, he's doing a lot of good stuff. Schweppes also, glad to see he is continuing the trend from throughout his career. He's always been a fantastic player. I'm glad he's finding success here now on E-Arena too.
And there was a lot of success in game 1.
Suffering from success now.
Yeah, you think so, mate. If people didn't think about trying to target them, maybe that's going to make you go, you know what, a lot of fans out there.
brother, what is this? What is this? All right, boys, let's just qualify 2 games. We're good to go. Let's do it. They get themselves a really, really nice start here, as do Alpha 7, though, to be fair.
True.
Over towards the north side of Everest. Wolves could probably swing in behind there if they wanted to. Might go past Ruins, something like that. We'll wait and see. A lot of water in this one. We are cutting out a lot of space early on. Remember, there's a huge amount of fields down towards that south side, so rotating through there. Some of the sight lines might get sketchy for some of our squads.
Yeah, I might change things a little bit with how they play this one. Like you say, cutting out a fair amount of that landmass with the first shift on the circle. For some of the teams further back as well, down to, of course, the Sosnovska military base. We'll have a longer rotate on that one, so you won't be seeing them too much, I'd imagine. But if you want to see something that's absolutely beautiful, get yourself involved with that Naruto event, as you can run in stylish, much like Hora are here, taking the fight straight to Godlike. And that's an opening pick. No follow-up. You are isolated to 1-free Elin. Godlike down to a trio.
That's a tough thing. That is a tough thing about this kind of playing path, is you're not always going to get your ideal drop spot. For Godlike, they certainly have to go for a split here, but Aura, they're an aggressive team. They're going to see you dropping from the shoots, know that you're a single over towards that position and punish you for it. I don't feel too bad about what happened to Godlike there in terms of the fact that it's difficult, right? If you're Godlike, that kind of playing path doesn't give you a huge amount of options, and Aura just tried to take advantage of it where they could, playing a little bit fast and loose there, honestly. See if Godlike can bounce back with just the 3, certainly possible.
It's early doors, so no need to hit panic stations just yet. Obviously, does make your life a little bit harder on this one to be able to come out swinging into the first more consistent battleground we're going to see today for these squads. But hey, a trio can still get work done. Move up from Hora off the back of it as well, clearing some distance swiftly as they wrap over towards the zone. A7 and E-Arena have taken some nice distance towards each other as well, splitting off to either side of the coastline so they can loot happily. No reason to stick into each other there.
Tiamba. Again, these guys started really well on the last match on Rondo. They look good.
Yeah.
Happy to see them play the way they did. They are rotating to mill to power, though, which is somewhat concerning. I don't know if they got the memo that the circle's on the northwest side. But loot is a necessity. And again, with that kind of playing path, you are sort of strapped for options. They'll pick this one up. Head on out later on. There's a lot of teams just not moving either. They know that moving into the circle is going to be tough as it is. I'm half expecting Aura, after situating themselves in Yasnaya, likely will make a northern rotate past shooting range, try and play up the back of that, potentially over towards box compound, take a stop off there.
Bit of an earlier split off as well from S2G. Handled themselves pretty nicely in that opening game on Rondo, to be fair, Blank. With some of the situations they were thrown into. They had good mechanics, at least, with some of the fallbacks.
I also thought that where they set up afterwards on the pillars, that's good. That was good, right? Their initial engagement was clean. Then they had a game plan, set themselves up center, and then we kept pulling over towards stadium. And it was only a matter of time before they got swarmed by tons of teams. But I think the game plan overall and the gun skill that they displayed last game is really promising for S2G.
Yeah.
So for our Turkish fans, you can be pretty happy about that. It is early doors, though. We've got plenty more to watch as the day goes on. Dopeness on the south side. Just coming out from the swamp now. And TT Project similarly trying to rotate up on that west coast.
Closer and closer as our teams race to get themselves back into a better position inside of the zone and set up on this one. Nonshin Red Force starting to make their entry with a trio from Godlike on a bit of a split of either side. S2G going right down through the middle. This is the bridge crossing from Vitality as well. No one there to attempt to deflect it, so it's a free pathway out from Sivnovka to get back to the mainland. They'll be happy with that.
They're spawning it anyway, but again, I feel like this is nerves more than anything, because on this type of circle, you genuinely don't really need to worry about making this bridge crossing. I think it would be almost a bad play from someone to try and camp this, but it's always a possibility, right? So they're going to take it slow in the meantime. Axel's already made it halfway up the bridge and probably is going to try and get a little bit further up here. Federales holding behind, but they have nothing to worry about. They really don't. I'm genuinely putting that down to nerves here from Team Vitality. But you need speed on this type of circle. You need to get into position. There's not a lot of spaces to take up here.
Yeah, you can't afford to have the paralysis by analysis of wasting too much time on that one. In the midst of all this, we did see that opening knock that came out from Schweppes, now converted into a full elim there. That was Wolves that got slightly too close to the territory of the arena up by the compound. Rest of the team did get out though, Blank, doubled back round hospital side and got themselves into safety, at least for now.
Yeah, I mean, for E-Arena, they did pull off South George Apartments here. They tried to regroup this, which is making a lot of sense to me, because typically on this kind of circle, you are going to get a lot of movement over towards the western side of Everest. This area here, real big funnel for a lot of teams. E-Arena knows they're going to be going against a lot of squads. I think for them, they're coming off such a big high here, but they do need to dial things back. Understand that they can't take too many fights. Third parties are going to be galore around this area too. Your GS team over towards that eastern side now. Ooh, okay. E-Arena. I mean, last game they played Stadium. They were there for quite a while, right? So we can say that there was some circle look in that sense, but there was nothing lucky with the way they put down every other squad inside the lobby.
Yeah.
Here they are getting magnetized again. But again, it depends how they want to finish this out. We have seen plenty of teams in Group A get good circles and not really be able to convert off the back of it. Now, I really do want to see another big game from the arena here. Would be fantastic to watch happen. But it will be difficult. It will certainly be difficult, and I'm not going to hold my breath for it.
I mean, at least if you needed a warm-up to prove that they're going to be able to play some very aggressive PUBG Mobile today, that was the game for it. And again, like you say, the circle luck will only go so far. It's more what you do with the position you present. It's very clean last time. Again, a little bit of a gift that they'll be happy with, but more to be done. Potentially a bit of an encounter on the later rotate from our squads outside of the zone, with Godlike getting eyesight back over as well. It's a room there that things get a little bit panicky. The Hustler crew Gunbin, even from distance. Saxon Shin Red Force getting stuck into the action.
I mean, they've been taken down by Nongshim as well as E-Arena at the same time. I think there was not a huge amount of expectations here for Hustler Group. Go into groups. So I do think that Hustler Crew going down again for 2 players. Not sitting on a great average at the moment. They've only got 1 point over these 2 matches so far. Sat down there with TT Project. But I think that Nongshim Red Force want to turn that around. This is a team that is very, very good. Have just come off some big success here, Jackie, this year. Would love to go straight towards the finals. At the very least, qualify through to the next stage of the tournament. But goodness me, if we took a look at the map right now, you can see just how jam-packed it is. We have 1 team playing on Everest in Aura. Everyone else, like I said, is in that horrible tunneled zone on the western side. A few compounds around that area. S2G currently playing that one that sits underneath Everest on the southwest side. That's a good spot to be working with. You can clear a lot of space from there too. The fact that we still have about, what would you say, 30% water in this one, with Everest being a big chunk of it, no one really wants to move into apartments just yet. It's a nasty circle. So these are the 2 back-to-back games where it is mechanically and tactically difficult.
And seeing how much of a backup plan you've got in terms of adapting with these circles, like you're saying, it's not a regular game.
This is not normally.
No, it's not, but... Oh, no.
In the world is that? Makes you want to be sick, honestly. That is gross. E-Arena's probably going to regroup over towards that western side, potentially, with the rest of the team. Take no chances here. You cannot be greedy on a circle like this. You've got to shore up your front at the moment. Make sure you drop the riot shield, because teams are going to be coming at you thick and fast in the near future. Alpha 7 sit all the way over towards the peninsula on that northwest side. Oh, this is disgusting, mate.
Yeah, this is absolutely unbelievable. All of our squad still alive and kicking. Such limited space. Such little ground left to play with on the mainland. A few shots being taken out from various squad. Wolves continue to be fought by E-Arena. TT getting stuck in versus Vitality as well. This is the fight that's going on right here, right now. Neos down behind the back of the vehicle. Effect and Zerich, they just got to call it quits.
Yeah, TT Project just going to move on this one. You're going to get further in towards the circle here. Difficult push out for Yangon Galacticos, stuck on radio tower right now, held out by Nongshim Red Force, who are looking to be the arbiters of the fields. Playing Scarecrow right now versus all the Crows coming up from that south side.
And once again, already it's E-Arena that have been able to find themselves free elims with the picks they've secured. You got that wrap over the top of the bridge from George Paul as well that's coming in from ETSH as they're going to look to try and chase and get into a good stable position inside of the zone. Ravo with a pickup. That's one back over on at 72, 1 GS.
Ada now moving forward. Adrenaline shot in at stage 3. I mean, it's got to be done. The boys got 2 of them. You need a lot of adrenaline to make your way through these next circles. It is pain that is ahead for a lot of these teams. How well can they weather it? Can they grit their teeth and hang on? Aura, Jiggle looking forward now. Yangon Galacticos dropping some shots down towards them. AUG in hand. Aura though still doing well, honestly, over towards this eastern side.
You see the sheepish nature of it. I'm going to replay here of the fight. Oh, cinematic on that one. That was the follow-up pick onto Ephes. Neons was already down in the back line. Good defense there to make it very uncomfortable for TT that left as a duo. Emre from Ida with a shot onto Godlike as well.
I will say though, man, this is a really cool push that we kind of missed from S2G. They were playing down towards the southwest side, remember. This is a hell of a swing they've been able to make over towards the north side of the circle. We're getting our next one coming in through now. How much water is going to be in play? Oh. What is this? What are we doing? We got to stop.
It just keeps going. Less and less land mass left as the squads have to fight and step over each other to have any sort of stable ground within this one. Vitality have had some uncomfortable fights to force into a stable location on the zone. They did shut down a good majority of Tian, but leaving them with just the solo.
The play zone taking out Tiamba there just feels poetic right now because it is the circle that's doing the brunt of the damage right now. We're playing all the way over towards the western fin of Georgia Paul. And these players have to tread water going forward. This is getting messy, it's getting nasty. Alpha 7 set themselves up beautifully on this game. Making the necessary maneuver, hanging out all the way towards the beachhead.
Nice nade lineup. Tiamba trying to stay alive as they bounce either side of the vehicle. Bit of chip damage. Hoping he can clutch on to his life at this point. ETSH, after completing their long rotate, do run into Yangon once again. And for the reigning champions, it's not been a great start to the tournament so far. Back-to-back blows taken their way. Vitality trying to win out versus Non-Shin Red Force. Yangon left with just Smile, but that might turn into a frown if they can get the angle onto him. Cleaning up with the elims, make it uncomfortable for ETSH at least, but this goes both ways.
Good molly, good molly. Ensures he can try and get the res off upstairs, but he's got to be quick about this. Fajita with a nade, looks to post it up. He's looking decent, tries to get the airburst on the balcony, I like that. But Smile dropped off the top side. He's doing good work here. A grin appearing on his mouth. Now looks for one more, steps up and gets it. A 1v4 essentially for Smile. Insane stuff. Now S2G holding up against GS.
Kamikaze with a move. Does he expect the backstab? Running around with a vision, closes the gap. A good reposition from Lost, finds the angle through the window and gets that one on target. Vitality on the move up round the coast as well. Rita trying to keep Razy in the backline, pinned on the coast. S2G still fighting whilst Hora find that angle onto Smile. Yangon lived for a little bit longer, but it finally comes to an end.
Hora now looking out. I mean, Aura had a decent game last time around. We'll pip to the post on the chicken dinner. With a good setup on this northeast side. We've got to go further though. S2G's in the way. Again, S2G, blinder or rotate from them, look fantastic. Don't know how they managed to snake their way over towards that spot, but it has absolutely paid dividends now. Dopeness caught on the outside. Eagle is still alive, by the way. No clue how. He is just healing it out. Sleepy, though. AWM, nasty headshot. Brings the pain.
It's Joker that we've got here running from tree to tree, looking for a backstab onto the Dopeness crew. As they're set up. Smokes down, trying to give themselves some soft cover to play off the back of the engine of the vehicle there. Attorney K giving the game away. Lufa with a push. Ooh, it gets a bit awkward on the run-up, though. I mean, Joker's low. If you can at least close the gap, maybe a single knock to give them an edge to work with. Panic stations coming in. Attorney K
Eagles.
Eagle with the steal. Hello.
That's from distance. I mean, they had to quickly turn around there. He was causing big problems for them. Speaker will find that with Beryl. E-Arena, though, they have to regroup on this. They were trying to play Garden Architect, pull out all the weeds on the south side, but not meant to be here. But now they have an angle on what's been causing them problems, where they've been feeling that ache.
We've got the gamble played from Rita that he set up quite some time ago, going for the wide berth over towards the zone.
What's this? Just disgusting. I mean, no one's having a good time right now. We are going out into open zone. The wall's been pretty much giving themselves a lovely little lifeline here as they get towards the top 8, and Necessary might just make it through. Grab himself a loot crate off the back of it as well. See how far this lone wolf can go.
It's a similar situation, man. This is what Ida wanted to go for with Rita just...
Will find Schweppes, though, that's big, and E-Arena now left as one. Joker on the barest amount of life finally goes down. E-Arena is out. They tried to scatter. Vitality forcing them out the way. A 12 elim game here on Erangel is pretty damn good, honestly, from where they were playing.
Alpha 7 and Vitality. Two organizations that will look to take blow for blow right here and prove how much they can do. Paranoia about necessary deep back on the tip of the map that's still in play. Rita still going for his lengthy rotate to give himself a chance to steal away points from the other remaining squads, and Hora keeping it calm on the coast.
Rita's got the scuba gear on right now, looking to make landfall eventually. Razy, with a nade up front. Surprised Carrillo was able to sidestep that one. It is scary though, having Razy and Razak together here. M79 pulled out to try and create a little bit of cover in front of them, but don't know if he's got any more shells left in that bad boy. Revo moves up though, nade in hand, pulls out his a little bit later than Vitality. We've got to keep on that fight though. Axel opens up towards Revo. We want to see what's going on. Carrillo's down, Obscure might be next, leaving them just one player now. Guizhou on top side, gets absolutely obliterated, and Vitality full of life with his endgame.
They line them up and knock them down. Vivi Vitality as they're coming alive in France. 15 elims on the game so far. And for Alpha 7, it all falls onto the solo. What can you do? That's a big nade to open it. Goodbye, Razy. As Alpha 7 are looking to clap straight back and give as good as they get, but Hora see them. Backstab shots from No Fear.
Guizhou's got limited time though. The Blues start to move in, rolling towards him. It's an inexorable approach, terrifying. Razy likely not to get back up, but necessary, still alive here. Like we said, the lone wolf living his dream as he gets up towards the top four. Hora might have been pipped at the post last game, but they're going for the chicken.
Oh, another nade.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, it's brutal, but try as he might to hold on. He got the 2 clean knocks with the utility, but it's not enough in the full fight. But this has left a broken and bruised Vitality with only a solo, forced to get their players up. Hora cleared out Wolves.
Potential a full regroup here, though, for Vitality. Where do they go? They can play this ridge line, swings up slightly, but what do you do after that? The game might just slow down, and Hora 400, 556. They are ready for a spray down, but Vitality, I don't know how good the util's looking, how good the supplies are looking on side, and versus a full 4-man all spread out along the coast. This is an impossible push for them to make. Hora might have got second last time, but they are looking for the first.
Hora, they've got Sleepy, the sniper with a hell of a scope, waiting for the opportunity to leave them broke on the peak over the top of the ridge. If Vitality come into this, it's going to be on the back foot, an uphill battle. Down a man, draining their resources, like you say, whilst Hora are just waiting to strike.
All quiets down now. They need an opener. The smokes are out. Vitality's got no choice but to try and isolate here. Luckily, they've got vehicles. They set up now. They put the pedal to the metal. Now looking to move over towards Hora's side. Swinging out into the open. Razy wraps round. Sky also similarly layering on the backside here. Can't quite find the shots here. Sleepy digging those bullets into the backside of the vehicle, creating those dents, but Circle moves away now. How do they approach this? It feels like an impossible game here for Vitality.
Such an open field. No cover, no chance. The only play that they can make is to take the fight straight to their face as they drive back behind the steering wheel and go in swift. Sleepy with a warning shot. Whoa. The buggy comes by. Close quarters engagement as Vitality looks to hold on. No fear down. More damage done. Sky replies onto one. It's all on a solo of Axel as he looks to cook his way through them.
Sleepy up front pulls out the AUG, the AWM doing nothing for him. Axel, last left alive here. An incredible player on 9 elims this game. It's a hard fight though. A 1 versus 2. Molotov goes long. He runs straight into it though. Keeps backing off into the nade. It might be lights out for Axel soon.
Oh, that's the nade to do it as Hora. With a hefty bombardment on the beach, they lay claim to the second chicken dinner and light up Paris once again.
Hora though, it was instantaneous response. The speed at which they came through. Oh my days. Gaines pulled out in the second game. Good for him.
Beautiful action there. Hora locked in, understanding their rotation, the best opportunity to try and force Wolves out of that solo position that was giving them so much control. To third party into the back, controlled everything blank, and left Vitality effectively in an open island. No cover, no chance. Axel gave it his best, but an upward battle.
I mean, Axel, he was spinning like crazy that game. Smoke on the tires because 9 elims almost made it more than that. What a wild performance from him, not only on that game, but last game too, when they were trying to make their way up towards the stadium. It is funny that we had Aura, Vitality in that top 3 on Rondo, now in the top 3 again here over on Erangel. We seem to have a couple of favorites here, Jackie.
Yeah, already establishing some of our lobby leaders potentially. And not even one of those statements where we'd say at the end of day 1, at the end of game 1, now going into game 2, like you say, mate, it's just becoming very crystal with a lot of the squads that are looking incredible out here. This is the final moment replay as well. You can see back how rough it was for Axel.
It's so unfortunate, because the Molotov went far. I think he could have stayed playing against that vehicle. He makes the right call in the moment because that Molotov's placed correctly. He can't play up front, but it's a very, very hard decision to make in the moment. But again, it did feel like Vitality could have made that work. And I wasn't joking when I said that felt like an impossible game. It really was.
They had no cover. They had no pathway.
Oh, right.
They went for the call and nearly did it. Ridiculous. Let's get down on the stage and find out from themselves.
All right, well, yes, thank you very much. I'm Claris down here on the stage. I am with E-Arena, though, and it's Joker here to talk about that first game, honestly, because that might have been the best game in PUBG Mobile history. I want to get your thoughts about that game, what was going on in the team comms, the feeling after that first game.
เราอยากมาพูดเรื่องเกมแรกนะฮะตอนนั้นเราเก็บไก่ไปได้เลยนะตั้งแต่เกมแรกเลยเรามองว่ามันเป็นเกมที่แบบว่าดีที่สุดตั้งแต่เราเคยเล่นกันเลยมาเลยนะฮะอยากถามว่าตอนนั้นเรารู้สึกยังไงบ้างฮะแล้วก็ทีมพร้อมแล้วก็บรรยากาศในทีมฮะมันเป็นยังไงบ้างครับ
จริงๆจังหวะนั้นเราไม่ได้คิดอะไรเลยครับแค่ไล่ตีในเมืองของเราให้หมดแล้วก็ไม่คิดว่าจะไก่คิวเยอะขนาดนั้นครับ
All right, to be honest, we didn't expect that we're gonna get that much kill, and like so what we planned during that time is just like keep getting into the city and like hit like one by one into the city at a time.
Okay, so very quickly here as well, after that performance, after looking fantastic already here, any words for the fans, everybody kind of watching for E-Arena out at home as well, because I'm sure a lot of people are very excited about that first performance.
หลังจากที่ทุกคนได้ดูเกมแรกแล้วนะเชื่อว่าหลายๆคนตอนนี้กำลังจับตามองทีมของเราอยู่นะฮะอยากถามว่าเรามีอะไรฝากถึงพวกเขาบ้างครับ
ก็ฝากเป็นกำลังใจให้E-Arenaนะครับหนึ่งเดียวจากไทยครับก็จะทำให้เต็มที่ที่สุดครับ
All right, to everyone, please supporting us. We are the E-Arena, the only one and the only hope of Thailand.
All right, well, thank you very much. Making PMWC history here. E-Arena looking awesome.
E-Arena hitting us with the only hope for Thailand. Well, that hope is looking pretty damn good. And you know who else is looking good? Hora! As they were... you too, Max. You too, honestly.
No, I mean, Hora, what an absolute banging game for Nepal, right? You start off with a second place in one of the weirdest opening games ever in an international tournament. And then, how about we do get that win here on a beach finish that we rarely see at any tournament whatsoever. And oh my goodness, I mean, for you in particular, Nipchira, you're a big fan of snipers. Sleepy, the bolt action. Oh my God, Nepal is here to play.
Oh, it's so nice to see it. So nice to see it at a global tournament. Finally, it's been years, it feels like. He's still one of the only players that uses a bolty. We need to have that more often, and maybe after this game, other players will go, maybe it's not such a bad idea to have an absolute god at sniping on your team, because oh my. That is exactly what you want to see. You're getting those long-range shots coming on through. Really, really good stuff. But Horror in general really able to circumnavigate a whole lot of traffic coming on through there, Max. You know, over on that beach side, one of the only plays they could have made, and it worked really, really well.
Max, remind me which bolt he was using?
The Orb.
The arm. All right, Lace, thank you for joining us. Glad to have you here. I want you to give me the best sound possible. Keep in mind, Sniper is going to sound amazing.
The best sound.
It's every shot is like pure ASMR.
Yeah.
Boom. Baby.
All right, Max, you next.
Okay, on me.
On him. Put it on him.
On me.
Get the camera on this, man. Boom.
Mama's back.
Nep, you're next. You're next.
Okay.
All right, get ready. That sounded sound. AWM. Come on.
What? Did you sneeze? That was a sneeze.
What? Okay, for everybody that has been making videos of PMWC at EWC 26, there you go. There's a challenge. Go back to that last game, have Sleepy, and replace those sounds and see which one was the best. Make sure you guys share it on social media using the hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC 26. But talking about teams that were able to perform so good, we have to talk about Vitality, Lace.
Man, the whole entire game from them was absolutely incredible. They basically had bridge. They were able to hold that position so early. They were the Zone 3 gatekeepers of that entire match. They had direct lines of sight on everybody that was rotating in such a difficult choke point where they had to rotate. They actually left Reezy behind to scout E-Arena's movements. They basically waited. They flanked on in there, right behind them while they were in contention. And I mean, they reserved so much utility to be able to take on E-Arena and get them out of their way. And then obviously they set their sights on Alpha 7. Alpha 7 had nowhere else to go but to exit building, so they'll be able to do that. And especially this play, I mean, such a large distance to be able to go. They luckily had the vehicles, and I mean, fell a little bit short here, just having, Axel could have sit back a little bit too far, but what an incredible game from them. Not the first place that they're probably hoping for, but goddamn, that's some eliminations they put on the board.
Oh, goddamn, indeed. No, but looking at Vitality, I feel like the moment that allowed them to get into a second place in the first place is actually when they decided to push up onto E-Arena, leapfrog Alpha 7 in one fell swoop, and the fight was so quick, Alpha 7 just didn't have the time to retaliate. And because of that, Vitality, what an absolute banging performance. 23 points here on the second game of today. Whew, La France is looking pretty good.
They are looking really good. I mean, Vitality, 23 points. Now, this is what I was talking about Group B. We were expecting teams to be a lot more aggressive. We're expecting teams to start sponging up those points towards the top. And so far, after 2 matches, that's exactly what's currently happening. With Alpha 7, we see them now being able to have back-to-back good performances. This is what we want to see out of PMGC champion.
It is absolutely. It's really nice to see them make a little bit of a comeback bit by bit here. I'm going to be expecting them to continue that, much like Orangutan in Group A, right? In day 1, they're just going to be continuing to grow and grow and grow that momentum, hopefully for day 2. So we will see how that goes. But for now, 9 points on game 2 is a really, really decent start for them. So yeah, I am happy with them so far.
Yeah, and I mean, they have such a powerful roster as well, and Revo was definitely kicking it for them. This type of squad can focus on eliminations. We saw that coming out of match 1. They actually held out Wolves in several scenarios. Then in this second match, they focused on placement and prioritized that. They were actually on that northern side, uncontested for a long time, obviously sitting and building and waiting for the likes of Vitality to come along. But it shows the strength in different sides that this squad can play, and especially when you come into Smash Rule, you want to be able to prioritize eliminations, but get these placements as well.
Oh, look at that. Oh, perfect timing. Like we were talking about them too. A7, the greatest PUBG Mobile team in history. I think the Alpha 7 fans will end up agreeing with that one because so far, I mean, they have been one of the most consistent teams when we talk about PUBG Mobile esports history. Nongshim Red Force, though, they've not been having one of the best starts so far.
I'm very surprised by Nongshim. I thought
surprising what kind of way? Tell us more, please.
Okay, I will. All right. Where are they? They are silent. They're not doing anything. I thought,
he's on Furia silence. What are you talking about? Sorry, that was terrible. I'm sorry.
But PMMI, massive champions by Smash rule, all of that sort of thing, coming into here looking very, very, very good. And then we have, what, 2 0-pointers or a 2-point and a 0-pointer? I'm confused and surprised, and hopefully that will change as we go on into the next couple of games. But yeah, bit odd, I think.
I'm sad. I don't have any analysis. There's nothing really to break down except that the early rotations, they can't quite get in there. I didn't see the start of this game because we were running from the rooftop over to here, so I'll have to go back and check it out and break down what really happened to them from Red Force. But it was good, but unfortunately it's a very exclusive club, you know, on the rooftop. Only us and E-Arena can go on rooftops. That's all we can do.
Tomorrow, Lays, you'll join us at the beginning of the show.
Fine, I don't want the
I'll make sure it happens, all right? I'll make sure you get that win flowing and just while you're talking. But no surprise seeing E-Arena currently in first place with 46 points with the amazing performance that this squad had in the first round, though. Not surprised. Team Vitality there with that second. Remember, if you for some reason missed the first 2 days of PMWC at EWC 26, the top 5 teams at the end of tomorrow will be going directly to the finals. The bottom 3 will end up going home, and everybody in between will go to survival. And yeah, I mean, TT Project, Hustler Crew as well. One team that wasn't able to perform that well here in this, Aaron Gill, was Godlike. Godlike started off hot, and we were kind of joking about it. The first game that they get a chance to experience at a global event is none other than a stadium finish. But here, we're going to have to see a bit of a bounce back.
I mean, to be fair, I'm going to be so fair to them. You said, yes, their first Rondo in a global is going to be